And we're definitely... The mic's hot?
The mic is hot.
Barbara Papa, you can go over here, baby.
Yeah, the mic is hot. It says, are we on?
We're
We're on. It says, excellent connection.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Ooh, and I'm a little burpy, so
Me too.
I'm trying not to.
I'm going to let it all out.
Okay.
Oh, that was weak.
Oh my. Well, that's a loud one.
It's getting there.
Neil House is here. He's the first one to creep on in.
Whew.
Jennifer Delaney, she's number 2.
Oh, that pizza.
And then Wiki Bobby. He says, I'm back.
I'm back. Crack open a cold one. There we go. That's the sound of a hard day's work.
Grim has got his beverages.
Ooh,
oh, I forgot to go get my water.
You left it on the stirrers. I'll go get it for you.
I can go get it.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Just make sure my chair's not messed up when I get up.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes. There you go.
Kind of look a little as professional as we can.
Serious Moon is watching. He says hello. Or they say hello.
Oh, Serious Moon.
Raymond is here. Very cool. The Night Owls are here. So, yeah, for the Hairy Scary Hangover, sometimes we chat up to an hour. For this one, we might just do like a half hour because I'm a tired little Google.
It's been a minute. It's been a week.
I'm a tired little Google. It's been a week for sure.
Yeah, we've got lots of stuff. Like I'm sure everybody has stuff going on. I mean, that's nothing new, right?
Johnny Wise is watching.
Hey, Johnny,
AJ
what's up,
Summers.
man? Hey,
guys, cool.
There's like a billion things going on right now.
There are.
And then things pop up and add on to you got a billion and one.
Mm-hmm.
But
yep.
Yeah, I wish we could talk about the one thing, but we can't.
We can't talk about it yet.
And we saw some stuff today. We're like, ooh, it's exciting, yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, we're working on another video project that so far we'll see.
See how it goes.
We're trying.
Yeah. And you might have, well, I won't say it.
No. Okay. What we are going to talk about tonight, though,
I don't know,
are things we've watched recently. Shows and movies and different. It doesn't necessarily have to be a horror film. It could be a superhero thing or some other show. Yeah.
The Hangover, I mean, we could make this look.
Okay, let's introduce ourselves first.
Let's get the show started first, right? I'll do it, right? Hey everybody, welcome to another fun episode, and we hope it will be fun, of The Mummy
and the Monkeys Hairy Scary Hangover. Oh, Hangover.
Take 2. Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of The Mummy and the Monkeys Hairy Scary Hangover. There you go.
This is our after show, our after show chat, where we talk with you guys about
this and that.
About this and that.
See the rhymes.
Yeah, I know. I usually do the rhymes, and
I know you're running on empty a little bit.
I'm running on fumes.
The fumes are starting to, it's got a bit but and I can add to those fumes if you'd like.
No, I'm good, Graham. I'm just gonna move this screen so I can see the comments. Okay.
Different kind of fumes.
Yeah.
The kind you don't need to run on. The kind you run away from.
Johnny Wise, I think you need to elaborate on what you would do if you were invisible, Janet.
Oh, see? People want to know.
I don't know, honestly. I was just trying to be funny.
Well, I brought that up.
Yeah. Maybe I would pull pranks on people.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's something.
And do silly things like that, but I wouldn't steal or hurt anybody. Just some practical jokes.
No fun in that.
No, just some pranks.
Like what kind of pranks?
I don't know,
Then if you don't...
Maybe do certain sound effects to make it seem like someone burped or farted in the room.
I do that every day, though.
But when you're invisible, you could do that, and it's like they don't see you in the room.
You're going to waste the gift of invisibility on pretending to fart on pranks?
Yeah, I don't know. Just doing silly things. Or you could use it for good and do nice things.
Or you can do nice things. You can walk onto a plane, no one will know you're on there, go into California, find out where David Duchovny lives.
Oh, jeez.
Then you could just walk when whoever walks into his compound, you can walk right in those gates, right behind somebody.
I'm good.
You can watch him change or something.
Nah, that's pervy.
You could see his Duchovny.
No, that's wrong.
Whatever that means.
That's pervy and wrong.
You could see his
No.
Fox Mulder.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I guess it's the guy brain thinking. I don't know. Well, then I'll go look at David Duchovny naked for you.
Oh boy.
If I'm invisible.
Oh jeez. Okay, so anyway, what have you watched? What have you watched recently, Graham?
Well, we both watched some stuff, some fun stuff. Look, all right. So recently, like I've been able to catch up with a lot of shows I have not got to see when they came out, and it's just so great. It's kind of fun to wait a little bit because when you can get all those seasons, boom, 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 you know. I've watched all 3 seasons of the Doom Patrol so far, the DC comic, based on the DC comic. I know they have a 4th season already out on DVD, so I'm about to get that. But man,
Doom Patrol, like I watched a little bit with it, a little bit with you, and it's weird. It's really weird.
Now, when I say
a lot of people like it.
When I say I watched it, it was in the background while I was working. Basically, I have that kind of a deal where I can, have stuff playing. I don't sit there and stare at it, but I can. It's like almost listening to a radio when I'm working. So I'm looking forward to actually sitting down one day and watching the series. But what I gleaned from it by just listening, it's written so well. It was such a good show. Way out there crazy stuff. And on par with that is a series we actually watched together, was the Peacemaker.
Peacemaker, yeah.
Another DC comic that was actually...
Peacemaker was good, and I heard they're making a 2nd season.
Yes, here's why it's good, because it was written by James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy.
That explains everything.
Which the first...
Because I love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and we did watch the 3rd... Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
So gut-wrenchingly good.
Oh my! I don't think it's really good, but I don't think I could watch it again for a very long time.
If you don't cry watching this movie, then
I totally cried.
You don't have a soul.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't cry during the 3rd Guardians movie,
you might as well just go to your local police station, turn yourself into being probably a potential psychopath.
Yeah, then you're just evil. Yeah,
because
it was so like. It was
the sad part of the animal parts, right?
The animal parts were so sad.
It's like
about animal testing.
It's very much like a Disney movie.
Rocket Raccoon's past, how he was tested on, and his friends were experimented on, and
that's sad. Because
I just wanted to give them all hugs. I felt so bad.
What was fun about that too is they were talking, and you and I make voices for our cats and everything.
Yeah, we love
the
animals.
Crip kitties.
Well, and I especially love animals because I adopted Gregory.
Hey, look at that, right? You gotta love him.
I found you at the Cleveland APL.
but anyway, back to Peacemaker. So James Gunn, and it's off. It's like everything he can't do with Guardians because they're, they push the limits on Guardians a little bit with bad taste jokes and stuff. Yeah. But Peacemaker is
it's really raunchy. There's a lot of raunchiness there, and the way they talk to each other is real funny.
Sophomoric, lots of gore.
Yeah.
Lots of messed
Lots
up
of
stuff.
Action.
Yeah.
Lots of weirdness, too.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Nothing like any rendition of because the Peacemaker was originally a Charlton comic book and had nothing to do with what was going on in the DC universe. DC bought a lot of Charlton superheroes. I think it was in the 80s. They bought Blue Beetle, the Peacemaker. They bought all of whatever they had. The Question. Blue Beetle. Anything that Charlton had. I think they pretty much bought up.
So let's read comments.
Yeah, please.
Jonathan Jackson says, I adore the Doom Patrol show.
It's so good. So good. You haven't seen anything like this.
Greg Tominski commented Invisible free concerts if you were invisible.
Oh, God.
So that's a neat idea.
Yeah, because concerts ain't cheap anymore.
Yeah. Just go and sit in and no one would notice.
Yeah, Greg's a big music fan, so I could see him doing that.
Ricky Bobby Sonia says, Cena sucks. They're not a fan of him. I like him. But I'm not a big wrestling fan, but for that type of character, he's kind of like this, like
big goofy,
like macho strong dude with the superpower strength.
And there are some.
So of course you're going to cast like a big wrestler guy for that.
They didn't have to because in the Peacemaker comics, the original ones in the '60s, the Charlton ones, it was more like how do you explain it? It was they went to James Bond, but he was like a military guy, but he didn't do anything like John Cena did. It was very straight, like Captain America.
So this is more like, it's definitely, it has more humor.
It was very cloak and daggery. It was like not like,
I'm sure the comic books are more serious.
I don't even think what DC did with the comics is anything like what James Gunn did. But okay, so let's talk about John Cena real quick. Not a big wrestling fan either, but they tried to put him in like serious movies, like, like The Rock and everything. They were like vigilant, like this man's wife was, and kids were destroyed in a car, and he would get revenge. They tried to do the actions, and it was just another wrestling meathead coming out. Now, no offense, wrestling meathead.
Well, and here's the thing: I'm not necessarily. It's not that I'm not. I like a lot of the retro wrestling from the 80s and 90s. God.
Oh, yeah, Hulk Hogan.
And around the Y2K era, I don't really watch wrestling now. And I'm not, like, dissing people who like wrestling.
Well, Cena was
it's just not for me right now.
Yeah, and a lot of the wrestlers were trying to do this, like, crossover. Like, who was the Triple H? It was Sabretooth and the X-Men. And, they did a lot of that kind of stuff. And The Rock successfully, crossed over and did that whole thing. And he's, like, super successful doing it. Hulk Hogan did it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Hulk Hogan. And Cena was trying to do it too. Like Steve Austin was another one that didn't really click. Yeah. And but I think with doing the comedic stuff, it does work for him. There's some scenes in Peacemaker where he makes certain faces that he knows he looks goofy.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care.
It's very fitting. I think it was a good casting. He plays a good Peacemaker.
I loved it. I bought into all of it. I loved it. So
we were all in when watching.
I didn't care about John Cena until I saw this. I was like, okay, he's another guy.
He's alright. He's just a wrestler.
I'm a big guy with a shotgun. I'm going to avenge my death of my family. They do that. It's very tropey. They put these guys in very tropey roles, and they'll do that. And then what's the next role they have? They're like the babysitter for a kid.
Oh yeah, where they do like a goofy kids movie.
The fairy, the tooth fairy, or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of comments here.
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
Regulate.
Serious Moon, Grim, do you believe in ghosts? Yes or no?
I have not seen one. I would like to believe that there's an afterlife. And I've seen some things, I can't even remember what they were, where I question it, but I know it was probably just the wind or something like that. But I believe I would like to see a ghost. How about that? Does that make sense?
There you go. So you're a little skeptical, but you want to believe.
Wide open.
Okay, John Weiss says, I've been watching Boardwalk Empire.
Oh.
He's been rewatching it. It's a great series. That's an amazing series.
I love that show, too. The character, I don't care if it's historically accurate at all. I just, I'll just say this. I like watching it with a little bit of Prohibition juice because it kind of makes you feel like you're there a little bit. But the way that you watch it, and you get immersed, they really recreate what it must have been like. Just living back then, every detail, right? I don't know if they would swear like that and talk like that, but the costumes. I'm busy looking at everything.
The outfits, the furniture, like everything screams 1920s. It's just 1920s beautiful. Yeah. I love it. With this gangster, mob setting. It's such a cool show.
And the casting's immaculate on the show as well.
And the actors are amazing too.
Yeah, and wait till you get to the last season. We were talking a little bit, John and I, about the four. He hasn't seen the last season. I saw it all ended. I just finally I didn't want it to end. Mm-hmm. I always do that with series. I always hesitate to watch the endings, the last seasons. But I think that the first 3 seasons are the best. The fourth, they kind of. I don't know, no spoilers, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like it to go on, but it's it's a series and they had to wrap it up, and it's a shorter series too. The fourth one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But it's good. I say finish it all up. But man, that first season, first 3 are just amazing.
I think one of my favorite characters. I liked Chalky a lot.
Chalky White.
Mm-hmm. So Chalky was cool.
Good actor.
Let's see.
Good character in that. Yeah.
John says I watch my grandkids every day, so I watch Coco Melon, Dino Ranch, and Mickey's Clubhouse. Oh, how cute! It's amazing
to me.
That's okay. Cartoons are fun.
Cartoons are always interesting because
we love cartoons.
The newer ones are never as good as the ones that you watched as a kid. You know what I mean?
There's some newer ones that are okay.
So the kids that are watching Coco, whatever, their kids or grandkids, they're going to go, they're going to say to their grandkids, that's no Coco, this or that. That's no Barney.
It's just whatever you grew up was the best cartoon in your mind. Because it's, you have those memories.
Yeah, so it's very relative, but yeah, I get it. I mean, it's amazing to me that they could just come out with new stuff, no matter how good or lame it is, and kids just don't care.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff. Hey, I've done this too. I've gone back and go, I'm going to watch this cartoon I watched as a kid or TV show. Because I loved it. I watch it, I'm like, why did I love this? It's terrible. So, not necessarily that stuff's good. It's just your kid mind has a lot of energy in it and a lot of creativity, and it fills in a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, and because some of the shows, when you look back on it, you're like, oh, this is like really dorky.
Nothing like I remember. Yeah. How did I even get through this? Because I was 3 or 4 and I didn't have anything else to think about.
Okay. Bone Jangler says Doom Patrol, the comic books, I love them. The originals, which inspired the X-Men and the weird Vertigo comic books.
Yep. Yeah. Now, I have some of. I was only exposed to the old '60s Doom Patrol stuff. I have some of that stuff. I've never read the whole run of them or anything. I would love to, because I know a lot of the characters in the series, in the live action series they did, are based. Because I would look them up. I'm like, is this a real character? Or they just created for the TV show or for the show? No, they're based on actual characters from the '60s series. And then was it Grant Morrison came in, and he just in the '80s. Now those I didn't read. I was like, this is not the Doom Patrol I remember. Now I want to read those books because he takes it, and the series is based on those '80s comics and some of the '60s. It's an amalgamation.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's in the chat.
Sweet. I know he's not doing anything. He's retired.
Michael Jordan's here.
He's hanging out.
I bought a Scream 2 pin from your guys' eBay store.
Sweet. Probably from you.
Cool. Yeah, I do sell pins.
I don't have any
sometimes.
Scream stuff.
Yeah.
If I do, it swells just like that. But yeah.
I had some masks, and I think they all sold.
But totally, give Peacemaker a chance, right? John Lennon said that, right?
Something like that. Saying is give Peacemaker a chance.
Yoko, get out the VCR and the DVD player.
J. Michael Harris says cartoons aren't real, they're puppets, Ren. From Ren and Stimpy.
That's okay. Don't beat me up. That's a show I've never seen.
Oh, Ren and Stimpy.
I'm familiar with it, and I know it's great.
But the original Ren and Stimpy, not the weird
Yeah, I heard they destroyed it.
Not the weird adult version they tried to do on MTV.
Well, they pasteurized.
Where they made
snipped it, right?
Well, they made it vulgar for the sake of being vulgar. And what was cool about the original Ren and Stimpy series is they always towed that line, of being weird and gross without really going way over the edge.
The same reason Howard Stern's radio show was better on terrestrial radio than when they could actually swear and show nudity on the satellite radio, because then there's you're more creative when you have to walk that line. Mm-hmm. So Ren and Stimpy did a lot of weird. That show did a lot of weird things, and it was like, how was this even able to be on Nickelodeon? See, but the cool thing about that to me is even though I didn't have MTV, I didn't
because the weird extreme close-ups they would do were so gross.
I'm familiar with all of that, but I'm excited about it still because I know I can go back and get those things and watch them. So
they're great.
More good stuff for me to watch it one day. I can't wait.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
My mummy would call it Ren and Stimpy.
Hey, who's the guy that was it the Powder Toast Man?
Oh, yeah, Powder Toast Man. One of the voice actors we were talking with on Facebook.
He was into our show
a while back ago. Yeah.
I think he was trying to hit on you.
No, I don't know.
He wanted to powder your toast.
Oh, stop it. He's just being friendly.
Put syrup on your pancake.
But no, he did voiceover work as Powder Toast Man.
And he was contacted. I'm the Powder Toast Man voice.
Gosh, I can't think of his name right now. I'll remember it 3 hours from now.
I wish it was Billy West, but
yeah,
he did the Ren and
Jimmy Horror says, I just got some DVDs from you. They're great. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Cool. Greg says Ren and Stimpy rules.
Yeah, I can't wait to. There's some gems I have not seen, and I can't wait to watch them. I'm not opposed to it. Just haven't gotten around to it.
And Wiki Bobby loves Beavis and Butthead.
Now that I watched, I liked Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, those are great.
Hey, Beavis. Yeah. Chicks are cool.
And they would comment on the music videos.
Yeah, it was a really funny concept for a show.
I love Beavis and Butthead.
Speaking of MTV, I picked it up today. I found it at the thrift store. Tom Green's Endangered Feces DVD. Endangered Feces.
This is the Tom Green Show, not the Green Tom Show.
I put my bum.
My bum is on the cheese whiz.
On the cheese. My bum is on the cheese.
My bum is on the cheese.
My bum is on the cheese.
That dude was weird.
I loved Tom Green.
I liked Tom Green, yeah.
So good. He's still funny. I mean, he's definitely an original sort of Andy Kaufman type of humor. Where
really bizarre humor.
Right. He would just
kind of weird and out there.
It's like reaction. Get people's reactions.
To see, I liked him.
Actually, he did something that I'm sure a lot of people thought of it, but it popped into my head, and then I see Tom Green do it. Mm-hmm. And I'll try to say this as cleanly as possible, but he was doing interviews on the street, And I always thought it was funny because, microphones are kind of phallic. I'll say that, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, what if you just had...
They're very Freudian.
Had an adult toy, okay, shaped like shaped
like a certain thing
an
that
object,
people can figure out on their own.
That was not and he did that. He was interviewing people like, "What do you think about the current state of the United States?" And he
puts that in their face.
And people just think you have a microphone, don't even think about looking at it.
Oh, so they didn't even see it
right
away.
That's the funny part. They just,
oh my goodness!
They're just hearing him, and he just pulls this thing out, and it's right by their mouth. He'll do this. It's right, and they're like, "Well, I think that the president should," or whatever the subject was. Okay, thank you. And then they'll look at,
Jennifer says Janet loved the Gilman plushie.
It might be on that DVD that I got, too. Yeah, you're getting a lot of compliments on your Gilman.
Everyone loves the Gilman, and so do I. I decided to keep him. Yeah. He's a new addition to the set. But isn't he just the cutest?
He's nice and that.
He's a cute little monster.
Was that a CVS one that they sold at CVS?
Originally, yes.
Yes, CVS. It was. Boom, $25 only, huh?
Yeah, it was from CVS.
I think he's worth a little bit more than
1999.
Oh, okay.
He's from 1999, so technically he's vintage.
He might be a little more valuable than that.
Technically he's vintage. I don't know.
I don't
know. He's a keeper. I'm not going to put him on eBay.
But yeah, so we've been trying to watch some stuff. Anything else that I tried to watch Oppenheimer, and I'm sure it's a good movie, but I just couldn't get into it. I'm going to have to pick a time where I can actually sit down, maybe not imbibe. I think that was making me even, not wanting to stick with it. Because it was crazy, but...
it's a 3-hour investment.
3 hours doesn't matter. It just has to be entertaining, then I won't even know that the 3 hours has gone by.
Yeah.
Who cares about how long it is, right? I'm not a size queen.
Well, it depends on the person.
Yeah.
All right, so Jonathan says, love some Bruce Timm. I just rewatched Batman, the Brave, and the Bold for his episodes. So much Silver Age DC Comics love in that show.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, we have not seen that
I've
yet.
caught a few episodes when it was out, and I was freaking out when these obscure heroes joined Batman, like Metamorpho. That's one of my favorite superheroes in DC superhero, the man of the Element Man. I love Metamorpho. And that's what Brave and Bold was always Batman teaming up with other superheroes from the DC universe.
Louis wanted treats.
And he teamed up with Swamp Thing and Man-Bat and all kinds of monster heroes too. And so these weird and I saw some Brave and Bold animated. I'm like, oh my god, why? That's amazing that they brought these old. They didn't use a lot of the known Green Arrow or something like that. It was Batman and Metamorpho or Batman and...
so it's these different characters that weren't...
they were more obscure.
Yeah, they didn't have as much popularity.
Right, so that was fun that they actually dredged those up and used them.
John says, I really liked Oppenheimer. The ending is haunting.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, no, we're living the ending.
We'll see. Insane Jay says, Gilman is awesome. My younger brother is 15 years younger than me. When he was little, he wanted to watch horror movies with me, so we popped in the Creature movies. Great memories.
Now, who's the guy? One of the guys that played was it Ben Chapman? Was that the guy that played the Creature?
That's one of them, I think. And then, I can't think of his name right now.
But
he just passed away recently.
Not Hugo.
Let me Google it real quick.
You know who we're talking about.
But there was one that did the underwater scenes and one that did the above water scenes.
But Chapman is the one. He died before
Rico Browning. Thank you, Jay.
Rico.
Yeah, Rico Browning.
So Rico outlived. Now, who's the other guy? Chapman. Was it Ben?
Ben Chapman.
Was it Ben Chapman?
Yes.
Now,
Bone Jangler says, I just found an old Christmas card from Ben Chapman.
Yeah,
he was a good friend.
And when we were at the Ghoul, I don't know. I posted it on my Facebook page, but nobody really looked at my Facebook page, my human Facebook page. But anyway, we a while back we went to the Ghoul, Ron Sweet's studio, that he taped the '90s show in.
Yes.
And I gathered a bunch of stuff, videotapes, VHS stuff that was just laying around. Some CDs I found in a little pile, and one of them, and I could definitely Ron's writing now that I think about it, but I had it laying around for a while. It said Ben Chapman interview, and I was like, I didn't recognize the name at first, because I'm lame, and I should have my horror host card revoked because I don't know who Ben Chapman is off by name. But anyway, But I popped in the CD.
But everyone knows him as a creature.
It's an audio interview that Ron Sweet did with Ben Chapman, I think in 2001.
That's incredible.
In December of 2001 sometime. And when Ron was doing radio shows too. He would always do a ghoul radio show at night. And I know he did it in the 80s.
Yeah, he was a radio DJ off and on.
Yeah, he would do a late night request show. And but he interviewed Ben Chapman and I have this really cool audio CD it's crystal clear, nice. I don't know what to do with it, but damn, it was cool, to find that. So I don't know how we share that, but
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that's another sort of mission of ours is to gather all this really cool,
to try to digitize and archive some of the cool physical media that we have found. And that's part of the channel. There's a playlist on our channel called
Rescued Reels.
Rescued Reels. Ooh, excuse me.
Ooh, that was very, very classy.
I know. It's so... I'm so burpy.
You're human.
I think it's the popcorn.
Bleh.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Muster them up.
John says, do any of your cats rub their face on yours? Mine does that all the time.
Earl does that to me. He'll do the headbutts to me.
Oh, yeah, like a headbutt type of thing? Yeah, Earl does that sometimes.
Louis doesn't like
face-to-face contact. If I try to kiss his little head, he'll, smush down. Right. No, I don't want kisses.
I'm his man. I'm his,
You're his person.
His human.
Yeah, you're his favorite person. Or monkey man or something.
But if I try to kiss his head, he'll, he doesn't like that. Earl doesn't care. Earl you could do anything to Earl just about. Jack likes hugs and kisses too.
He does. Yeah.
He'll headbutt you.
Yeah, Jack will headbutt you a little bit. Yeah. Jack is the biggest fraidy cat.
He's definitely a fraidy. The epitome of fraidy cat.
He has his cat safe space. He likes to run and hide under things.
He's literally afraid of his own shadow.
He really is. But he's a big loudmouth. He'll meow all the time for attention.
Yeah,
but he'll go run and hide. And it's like, I can't go fit under that table to go pet you.
But when I get my hands on him, I pick him up and he'll just melt in my arms.
Yeah, once you do get a hold of him, then he's good. He'll let you hold him for a little while.
Push his big head into my face, so it's nice.
He likes to play hard to get.
And Louis just this guy, look at him. He just pours right into my lap. I love him.
David says, as putting myself through law school as a lifeguard, always loved the water creature. Have the original UA box set DVD that, of course, along with other UA monsters. Oh, okay, so he had a box set.
So they've tried to remake a lot of movies. They've not Universal specifically, but they did with, I think they did a werewolf movie, right, with Benicio del Toro that didn't really do well.
I haven't seen it.
They've made multiple Universal-based Draculas. They try to bring back, this whole line of Universal stuff that keeps falling through. I don't know why they can't figure it out. But the creature, there's always been talk, and I think there might be a creature movie in the works.
Yeah, they've been wanting to redo all the monsters, but I hope they do a good job with it.
There's a way to do it. And
I heard they want to make a new Bride of Frankenstein.
It's not having Tom Cruise. The Mummy, that's the one that they messed up too.
Oh, they really butchered the Mummy.
And when they said Tom Cruise in the Mummy, I said, no, Tom Cruise is going to be the Mummy, right? I mean,
we watched it, and it was awful, and I think I swore at the TV the whole time.
It was, and they show this female mummy. I'm like, okay, but Tom Cruise is in it, but he's the star, so why wouldn't he be? And then at the end, of course, he becomes the mummy, and I'm like, of course.
Bone Jangler goes, you guys still haven't seen The Shape of Water. Actually,
we did. Finally.
We finally did watch it a few weeks ago, and it was amazing.
It was great.
It was so cute. I loved that movie so much.
Well, did I say, I guess I did. Did I like it? I didn't like it.
You thought it was too long. Of a movie.
There was something
you were
about
kind
it
of like the storytelling was kind of slow.
Well, I don't. Well,
the pacing was a little slower.
I'll give it another watch.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it didn't hook me, so to speak.
I thought it was really cute.
He didn't have Eagly with him. That's why I didn't like it.
Aw, Eagly.
Peacemaker inside. If you know that, But yeah, I'll check it out again because I want to like anything Del Toro does. Guillermo does.
Bone Jangler says it made me cry. Yeah, there were some spots where I'm like, it was really cute and romantical.
Yeah,
it was a horror film, a monster movie,
and everything, right?
A romance movie all into one, and it was just wonderful.
Yeah, the one thing it didn't ruin it for me, but I remember seeing something about how people were doing sort of scene by scene, kind of. I don't know if they were on purpose, or if it was just coincidence, like Splash, the movie Splash. Mm-hmm. Like, there's like a scene of whoever, Tom Hanks taking Daryl Hannah, putting her in a tub, and they do that in this movie. Like, it's
they did borrow that.
Yeah, steal him. We're gonna kidnap him, and then we're gonna bring him home and put him in the tub. They did that with Daryl Hannah, right? In Splash.
I think so.
There's several scenes that are very like scene by scene, like they. Mm-hmm. Well, why would he do that? You make your own.
Well, inspired by. He wanted to do his own version.
But scene by scene is... That's,
not necessarily...
I mean, Splash isn't a 100-year-old movie. It came out in the 80s.
I don't think it was scene by scene. I think it was just a few scenes.
I'll show you. No, not the whole movie. Just certain scenes were scene by scene.
We'll look at it later.
Yeah. If I could... who cares?
Yeah, I don't think it was scene by scene. I think he borrowed a few
I never saw... I wouldn't want to see Splash anyway, so...
Splash, I mean, it was cute, but... Yeah. Shape of Water was way better.
I'd rather watch that again than watch Splash.
Okay.
I love Tom Hanks, don't get me wrong, but...
Grim, can you do a Hank Hill voice?
That's funny, because when I used to do it, I used to get made fun of it. Let me see. I'll try it right here. Don't make fun of me. You can. No, feel free to make fun of me. Bobby, let me tell you, you can't do that unless I tell you or your mother Peggy let you do it.
I'm sorry, Dad.
There you go. How about that? I even do Bobby.
That's a strange request, but hey, why not?
Hank, I do Homer Simpson.
You're better at Homer Simpson.
Let me see if I can do that.
Oh, Marge, I don't know if I should do Homer or another voice. Let me see. Oh, jeez, I can't think of what to do. I don't even know how this sounds. Oh.
I don't know. Sorry.
Yikes.
It probably sounded horrible. I don't know. I'll sit there and do it, and sometimes it's like perfect. But
Greg Tominski says Vigilante on Peacemaker was awesome.
That's what got me into it, because I read Teen Titans growing up. The rehash, the George Perez, Marv Wolfman Teen Titans, when they rebooted it. That was like they used to reboot superheroes all the time in comics. Before movies rebooted, I think comics did reboots. And because Teen Titans was the actual title in the 60s as well. Mm-hmm. And they rebooted it. Marv Wolfman writer, George Perez, and I think it was Terry Austin, who inked John Byrne's stuff for X-Men. Also inked stuff. I mean,
push up your glasses when you say
that. My brother and I were very much into comics, okay?
Yeah.
But George Perez, how you want to say it?
Perez, I think.
Wonderful guy, the late George Perez, drew the hell out of that book. And Vigilante, he created Vigilante for they both did, Marvin and George. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. And it's not the same Vigilante at all as the one in the Teen Titans. Doesn't matter though.
But he was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I don't know every comic book.
You don't need to
reference or whatever. So when I was watching Peacemaker, I was watching it as someone who had no idea who this character is. I like a lot of comic book stuff. I've read comic books, but I haven't read all the comic books.
You don't need to.
So there's a lot I don't know.
Yeah.
But I went into this like, okay, what the hell is Peacemaker? Let's watch this. And I liked it a lot.
Yeah, and but that goes for anything. And I think that's a thing that we all do. And everyone, is that they go, well, I don't want to see this because I don't know what it's about. Well, then how will you know what it's about? I mean, I like Superman. Okay, but there was a time where you didn't know who Superman was.
Yeah, give other superheroes a chance.
Until you saw it
give
or
other
read
shows and movies a chance.
And then you liked it.
Give it a try.
You know what I mean? I was born knowing who Superman was. No, you learned who Superman was.
Exactly. Anyway,
or whatever.
Are you done with your soapbox?
Never.
He's on his soapbox now.
My feet are nailed to a soapbox.
They are.
It's not going anywhere. I'm never done with a soapbox. But that's a thing that we all do. I'm just saying, it's kind of
And
funny.
then James Muscarella says they're making a new Beetlejuice movie. He has a feeling it's going to be great.
I don't like Beetlejuice.
I'm
not a huge Tim Burton fan.
I liked the Beetlejuice movie, but then there's parts about it that I don't like.
I'm sorry.
But I know that that's just the character. The character Beetlejuice isn't really a good guy. He's kind of like this gross, pervy dude.
Well, now looking back, everybody's
and when you look back at that movie and some of the scenes where he's like being...
He was after a 15-year-old.
He acts really cringy around Lydia, and Lydia's like, a high school kid. So it was like kind of gross. But I think that's just how his character was supposed to be. He was supposed to be this unlikable character. Like, you like the movie, you some of the stuff he does is funny, but he's not, like, a good guy. He's not a good person.
I am not...
He wasn't a good person, because he's, like, he was dead.
So, I know it's
anyway, I don't want to get too into that.
No, I don't. But okay, Tim Burton. All right. So I like the Batman stuff he did. Okay.
Okay, the Tim Burton Batman
I thought that was fun.
Was amazing.
And
the two Batman
and
movies.
I have to say I like Nightmare Before Christmas because I saw it and it wasn't bad. You know what I mean?
That's a good movie.
But it's not like it wouldn't be in my top 1,000 videos to own. I wouldn't be.
No, it's a cute movie, but I'm not like obsessed with
the Batman
it like
movies
some
would
people
be.
are. But I enjoy it.
And Beetlejuice definitely.
I can see why people really like it.
For me, Beetlejuice not even in my top 1,000,000 videos. I don't. But there's. I don't get why they.
I liked some of the zombies and stuff in it. Like I liked a lot of. I liked a lot of the visual effects.
Alec
Baldwin, the practical effects.
Alec Baldwin and Gina David.
You didn't like them?
No.
Oh, okay.
Even when it came out, It did not stick with me. Did not sing to me.
What about Sleepy Hollow? Because Insane Jay likes Sleepy Hollow.
That's a good Tim Burton movie.
I really loved the movie Sleepy Hollow.
It's creepy. It's cast well.
Christopher Walken is the Headless Horseman.
I love Christopher
Walken.
Oh,
it's freaking amazing.
Johnny Depp, whatever his name is.
Christina Ricci.
Yeah, but that's a good one. But
they're not all good. Movie.
Not all Tim Burton movies are created.
No, not all of the Tim Burton movies are good, but there's a lot that I like.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland is a terrible movie.
Oh yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, says Gary Smith and Sears James.
Of course, yeah. But Beetlejuice isn't one of my. I'm just saying that one. I said with Tim, it's very hit and miss with me. Yeah. I don't like it just because it's Tim Burton.
I understand. I gotcha. Because not everything he made was good.
He's not as consistent,
Yeah.
For me.
Ed Wood says, Kevin thinks Ed Wood is the best Tim Burton movie. Now, Ed Wood is freaking amazing.
Right. He's got a lot of hits.
That movie is so good.
I'm not saying, I didn't say no Ed Wood movies would be, no Tim Burton movies would be in my top 1,000. Beetlejuice wouldn't be. Ed Wood would be. Sleepy Hollow would be definitely the top 10,000 movies.
Still burpy.
Ed Wood, Sleepy Hollow, those kind of things, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, of course.
Very cool.
Amazing movie.
All right, guys. So we got to talk about a lot of stuff. Got to hang out with all of you. Got to read comments. I am one tired little ghoul, so I'm gonna sign out. Grim, if you want to hold court, you can.
No,
or if you want,
I think I'm gonna go to sleep too.
You're gonna sign off too.
I'm a little tired.
Okay. All right, gang. Well, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and click the little bell for notifications.
Mm-hmm. Burr.
Oof. And like always, good night, good fright.
Nice chatting with you, nice kibitzing. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye. See ya.